What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2 and the Pirate playthrough. Now, I should be on my last Chaos 4 map now, and I'll be honest with you, Chaos 4 was a bit of a brick wall. You go up about 100 champion score each map you run. You see my ascension level is substantially higher now. I had to run about 10, I want to say almost 10, I didn't count them. Chaos 4 maps just to get through the champion score in Chaos 4. Now this tells me that it's probably best to switch over to Onslaught right after your first Chaos 4 win. Now I am going to analyze all this information and get a separate video out of the fastest way to go through the ropes, but remember that in Chaos 4, or pardon me, floor 24 of Onslaught is going to be dropping max Chaos 6 gear, which means it's going to be the best thing you're going to get in Chaos 6. You're going to find 6 of 10 gear by the end of the map. That's going to be at floor 24, meaning floor 1 through floor 24 is only 24 maps. I've gone more than 24 maps now to get through Chaos 4 if you count all the maps all the way back from the beginning. So anyway, as I mentioned as well, I do have a relic that's going to carry me through now. And since I had to do so many Chaos 4 runs, I have lots and lots of amps. So I've been upgrading this relic. I've got it up to max Chaos 4 now, and I'm actually going to switch it to Legendary now as well, as I just have a bunch of amps sitting around that I'm not going to use. So let's go ahead and make this bad boy Legendary. There we go, and now I can fit another mod in there. So, as soon as I find, what I'm really looking for is defense rate. As soon as I find a defense rate mod, I'm going to throw it in there. Now, with all these Chaos 4 runs, I didn't get a defense rate shard, I didn't get another deadly strikes, and I didn't get a destruction. So that all kind of stinks. As soon as I get the 500 defender medals again, I am going to go for another destruction shard. However, let's jump on in and get our last Chaos 4 map all wrapped up. So since we're focusing so hard on relics, I do want to stick with a dungeon map. So let's go ahead and go to the Lost Dungeon, and I mean there's lots of options here. I think maybe we'll go back to the Molten Citadel for a little Magus Quarters action, and hopefully we'll get another upgrade item for relics too, just to have in the inventory, as that is good stuff. So let's hop on in and get it going. Now in Chaos 5, I'm going to go ahead and go all the way through the trials on this playthrough. Now the reason I'm going to do that is I do want an exact comparison of how many maps it takes versus doing Onslaught. However, now I'm at Ascension 46, or pardon me, Ascension 45. So I jumped up quite a bit. I do have some points now. I've got 15 points in defense crit chance, 15 points into defense speed. Those are both helping out a ton. And did the same thing on all of my heroes. However, I'm still focusing on auras and Skyguard towers. So I'm going to go with flame auras with this melee boom, the anti-melee, and then my one deadly strike shard. We've got the Skyguard tower, which is still shardless. I found nothing as far as defense shards go. It's been a little bit frustrating, to be honest. I just haven't gotten anything good. And lightning strike auras. I've got anti-support servo and anti-orc servo that I found on the LSAs. So not too shabby. I'm going to run with it. And then on the walls, I've got an accumulator servo. I'm back around to it. And I found this totem with 10,800 defense health on it, so that is pretty darn decent. And you know what? I still have not found another Vial of Gatto's Mischief. So I need one more of those before I can upgrade my pet. In the meantime, my pet is locked at level 10 there. So let's go ahead and build out the map and get this bad boy going. Of course, we're going to start off with some Skyguard towers. I almost feel like 2 of them are going to be better, as Skyguard, or the Flyers have just been a handful. There's no doubt about it. The Flyers have been tough business to deal with. So I'm going to go with 2 Skyguards there. Let's go with a wall. I'm going to go ahead and put it right on the very top stair all the way around, and then let's see how much DU this leaves me left over. So let's see, that's going to be, what, 510 DU left, which would be, what, 15 That's 17 flame auras, or 15 flame auras and 2 lightning strikes. So let's take that route. Let's go with the 15 flame auras. So we're going to go 1. Let's just go something like this. We'll go for 5 flame auras, and we'll put a lightning strike, say right there. Over on this lane, we'll do the exact same thing. We'll go the 5 flame auras. Actually, I'm not going to put the LSA here. I'm going to put 5 flame auras over here. I think that's actually going to leave me potentially enough for an LSA on all 3. Yeah, I actually can do an LSA on all 3 lanes. So let's do an LSA right there. And then another one right here. I do want to get some upgrades in now. And to be honest, with the 2 Sky Guards, I think I'm going to pass on the Wave 1 upgrades for Flyers. And get the upgrades instead directly into the Flame Aura. So let's go 1 upgrade there. We'll do 2 here on this lane. 2 over on this lane as well. And then that leaves me 150 left, and I just kind of feel inclined to put that last 150 directly into my walls. So let's go ahead and get Wave 1 started. This map, of course, I love the map. It's a fun map to do. It's not the fastest to do, so if you're trying to pick a grind map to do, this is probably not the one. I'm doing it really just for my own personal enjoyment, as I do really like this map. I loved it in DD1, and I love it now. And that's why I'm still doing the Magus Quarters or the Molten Citadel. Taking quite a bit of wall damage right here already. I mean, I've got dumping all of my crafting materials, or not all of my crafting materials, but dumping so many crafting materials into those flame auras. The maps have become much easier. I mean, there's no doubt. I'm running a Chaos 4 map with a max Chaos 4 relic. So, although it doesn't have all 3 mods in the sweet spot, it's still pretty darn strong. And in fact, if I can get that, I'm hoping to get that defense rate mod. And if I get a defense rate mod, then this is going to go directly over to my cannonballs, I believe, for Chaos 5. So I can get Chaos 5 going there as well. 290 mobs left. We're still holding strong. Just going to try to get as much damage into some of these mobs, particularly those Lady Orcs. That way they get destroyed prior to making it up and getting all crazy up on my walls. Now, of course, I'm not against using the crafting materials. Like I said, I like mixing the crafting material usage in with the playthrough, as that's, just like a new player would. That really is the best way for a newer player to get through the game, is upgrade their stuff. If you find something that's really nice, by all means use it. And like that anti-melee boom, that's a dream come true for these lower tiers. So, I mean, if I can get a defense rate on top of that, and then maybe, I mean, at some point I've got to get lucky and find a defense rate shard. And oh man, the destruction still just tears at me. Wants my destruction shard so badly. But the anti-melee boom will also be a really nice relic for cannons for Chaos 5. So, like I said, I'm really hoping that I find myself, I'm good with anything at this point. But I would love to find a defense rate mod. Now, I did, on a side note, find the knockup shard for Earth Shatters. And I'm thinking I'm going to mix Earth Shatters and Cannonballs in for Chaos 5. I just have Earth Toss, of course. I don't have the fancy mod for the Earth Shatter Towers, but having that level of crowd control is going to be very helpful going into Chaos 5. And then if you remember, I do have that Stunfire shard. So the Stunfire shard is going to kind of seal the deal for me as far as assassins go. Now look at me, I'm already planning ahead, and I haven't beat this last Chaos 4 map yet. But we're going to muscle our way through it here and see if we can't get the job done. At this point, it's just really all about keeping those walls alive. I'm going to go ahead and spend all this mana at the end of this wave and make sure I get lots of upgrades in place. In fact, I can go ahead and start looking at that. Let's get everything on the map at least up to tier 2. You know what? It might be time to start taking the flyers a little more seriously too. Let's get those flyers squared away first. Just try to keep these lady orcs up off the walls as these sky guards are upgrading. Definitely getting it done though. It has turned into quite the grind though, getting through. I was expecting it to be a little bit quicker than this when you compare it to the Onslaught floors, where no matter if you have the champion score or not, if you beat the floor, you move on to the next floor. And that's one of the big benefits you have of progression through Onslaught. So, I mean, by all means, I still think the best route is going to be a mixture of both, doing Onslaught and Expeditions. And after I get completely finished with this playthrough, I should be able to give everyone a pretty good idea of what I think is the best route to take after doing an Ancient Power reset, or, you know, on your first time through the game, if you're looking to speed through and get to in-game content as quickly as possible. Now, having that defense rate shard, you see its attack rate is 1.14 seconds, which is abysmal, but at the same time, it's so much quicker than it was just a minute ago. So I'm loving the fact that I did find a defense rate mod, since I can't find a defense rate shard. Now, if worse comes to worse, I'm not against throwing that defense rate mod directly onto that anti-melee boom relic if I need to, but I'm really hoping I find another mod. So there we go, wave 3 is good. Let's make sure everything on the map is at least to tier 2. So we got those sky guards, let's hit these up. Let's get just some wall repairs in, and then just make sure the upgrades are flowing the rest of the way. Looks like I accidentally upgraded the wrong aura there on previous waves. That's alright. We made it, so it is all good. And I threw an extra up on that one just now as well. Now, alright, we've got 694 left. Let's go one more upgrade on the walls. And I'm really confident at 2.5 million health, that's going to kind of seal the deal for me on the walls, no doubt. Now, this is a double boss lane this time. I'm thinking it might be good just to spam the rest of this directly into this particular lane. Let's make it happen here. I'm hoping it will actually eat through these lady orcs without me intervening. Let's kind of see. Yeah, they still get a few shots off on the walls. Of course, if I let all the lady orcs go through and take those 1 or 2 shots on the walls, my walls will end up going down. So definitely have to be conscious of what's going on there with the lady orcs and the wall damage. Looking pretty good here, though. A few more lady orcs to see if we can't clear out this pack. I got a few of them, but most of that shot actually went underneath of them. Alright, so as usual, the siege roller is the slowest, so let's go ogre first. As soon as the ogre is in the auras is when I want to put the stun on him. Let's go ahead and oil him up. Catch this guy on fire. And there we go, ogre down. Looks like got a nice bow. There's an anti-skeleton. I'll take a peek at that bow here in a minute. Go ahead and get all these bads wrecked up, and then we can start really focusing on the siege roller here. Now, with that construction shard upgraded, the siege rollers are just not that much of a challenge if the rest of the map is clear. Just keep stunning it up and keep doing what we can. Oop, got wrecked there. So I'm going to have to start repairing that wall as soon as I get get revived here. Alright, we're respawned up. Let's get some repairs going on this wall. Try to get a little bit more damage on this siege roller. Yeah, there we go. We got him burned. That wall took a beating, but it did survive, and that's what it's all about. Looks like we got a bunch of flyers coming in. Having that defense rate mod on these sky guards has made a huge difference. Now, of course, I'm using double the sky guards there that I have been, but these things are getting the job done now. Now, this, of course, is with the wyverns that fly very slowly, and the sky guards get lots of free shots off. If those were kobolds, that would not be the same experience. Alright, let's see. That's a decent bow, but I really would like to have one with more ability power on it. Anti-skeleton. A few decent items there. Okay, we've got almost 900 DU left. Probably over 900 once we calculate everything else. Let's go right into the upfront damage. So let's get those 3 auras. We'll hit these 3. And then I'll do the same thing over here. And get those 3. Save the last 22 for repairs. And away we go in wave number 4. A lot of flyers coming right out of the gates here this time. Let's make sure these Lady Orcs are getting what's coming to them. And we got a mage somewhere. Oh, there it is. Alright, mage down. Double check these other walls here. Any mana laying down here? Not very much. Do have a little bit laying here. Not a ton. Come around this way, get the mana, try to stun them up and just run through. And that will give me, that should give me more than enough mana to keep these walls alive through the rest of the map. Assuming I don't have any boss emergencies. Now, I didn't look at the bosses that were coming, which was a mistake. If there's cannon ogres, then of course I could potentially have a problem. However, anything else, I think I'm going to be good. Like I said, upgrading that construction shard on my gloves just makes all the difference as far as siege rollers go. It's just if there's any other mobs on the map. If a siege roller is by itself, I can sit there and repair the wall almost indefinitely, assuming I don't get killed. And there we go. There's that defense rate mod I was looking for. So awesome. So I'm getting some mod drops. I mean, these are obviously not high quality mods, but the name of the game here is just getting to Chaos 7. So I'm not really, you know, obviously I'm not looking for any super end game stuff. But that right there is going to do wonders for that Flame Aura relic, which is going to be my Cannonball relic here before too long. I'm only about 100 champion scores shy of being able to make the jump into Chaos 5. So if this one map doesn't get me there, I will probably just blow some more of my crafting materials just to upgrade 1 or 2 pieces just to get over the hump, whatever I need. But I'm hoping that this map is enough to get the job done for me. And we got quibs here. We better... Or that's gribs, pardon me. Let's keep working on gribs and we'll just kind of channel into that wall as it's going. Let's light them up. Although that ignite combo is not a ton of damage, it is a little something extra. We can just keep that wall repaired to full and we're in good shape. And we've got a Slakelion, which died down the ways a little bit, so we should be alright. I've seen so many of that Ballista Bite mod. It's not a spectacular mod, but early game like this, it might actually work. What else do we have here? Anything good? Doesn't look like much to write home and tell Mom about. But let's go ahead, get the walls upgraded one more time. We're at wave 5 now. Got 900 mana to work with, so let's go those 3 R's for the upfront damage. We'll hit these 3. Actually, not quite enough to get all 3 of them. Make sure I loot that defense rate mod so I don't have any issues there. I'm just going to go ahead and save this 139 for this last wave. I've got an ogre, I've got another Gribbs, and there's the cannon ogre. Going to have to watch that lane, as the cannon ogre will be the real deal. Now let's put the Hurtin on this Slakelion, and as you see, we also ended up getting a Nash. Alright, Slakelion down. Nash is actually doing a number on that wall. Holy crap. I barely got to that wall in time. Now we can expect that cannon ogre to be rolling out of that right lane right there. So I'm going to want to make sure to put some work in on it the second it spawns, for the most part. 300 mobs left. Here's the cannon ogre. Oh, did I completely miss? Oh, I completely missed. Let's just get some damage on him. Don't aimbot me, bro. I'm going to turn around this way. Oh, I'm actually avoiding them somehow, which is a luxury. And there we go, cannon ogre down. Now we got the real deal and a regular ogre over here, but he's getting burnt up quite nicely. Very nice. Let's get that wall repaired. And even though there's 240 mobs left, I'm going to call this one good game. Was that the ultimate jinx? We will find out. But I think that's probably going to get it. It's just a matter of letting the rest of these mobs burn. Let's see if we got anything good. There's a 4 per second last stand chip. That'll save me some of those untimely deaths. Defense crit serve, or a diverse critical servo. I mean, I've got some mods that are worth using now, which will make the rest of the progression through, you know, up through to Chaos 7 definitely much, much easier without a doubt. Down to 80 mobs left now. Let's just keep repairing walls. As long as these 3 walls stay alive, this is without a doubt a win. I'm just going to ignore Gribbs for the moment. Let the rest of these mobs die off. And I'll worry about Gribbs after all these flyers are done. Now that's just a lot of flyers. So the Sky Guards couldn't keep up with those. They actually did on the other side though. And now we've just got Gribbs left, so we can just have our way with him. Hoping I'm able to upgrade my cat here soon. I feel like I'm missing out on some levels on the kitty cat, since I'm unable to upgrade him. Anyway, let's see what's in the box here, and then we will head out to Tavern and see if this is enough to get us through into Chaos 5. Got the legendary chest. That should help out. What's in the box? Not a ton. There's a campaign and a Chaos 4 shard pack. So let's head on out to Tavern. Check out our loot and see if we are ready to make the jump into Chaos 5. Getting closer though, that is for sure. Making some nice progress here on this pirate playthrough and this other account. So alright, first things first, did we get any luck? No. How about here? Come on, be there. No love. I'm getting a whole lot of shards for heroes I don't have, which is kind of irritating in a way. I hear people talk about it all the time, and I'm definitely having that experience. Alright, I still didn't get another Gatto's Mischief. Holy crap. I'm going to end up buying one from somebody probably if I find one on the market. Let's take a look through and see if we got any superior mods. Doesn't look like anything really jumping out at me so far. Pretty nice relic right there, though. And I've got that defense rate mod, of course. Now, well, the first thing, let's see if we are Chaos 5 worthy. So let's go ahead and auto-equip 2803, and we only needed to get to 2750. So we're ready to hop into Chaos 5. However, I do want to tweak that relic and have it ready for some Chaos 5 action. So this is the one we're looking for. And I'm going to go ahead and put... Where is it? That defense rate. Is that the best? 16... It looks like that's the one. So I'm going to take this defense rate mod, throw it over here in that third slot. 75 defender medals, but I've got the other crafting materials, no problem. And bam, there we go. Now this relic I'm actually going to take through the journey all the way up to Chaos 7 now, as it's got 3 hot mods on it. Now the mods are awful quality. However, as far as progression goes, any mod is a good mod if it's the right mod. And I've got 3 of the right mods on 1 defense, which is just absolutely huge. So if we go ahead and take a look at those flame auras now. Oh yeah, they're dishing it out. I don't know about that, but down to a 0.71 attack rate, which is really, really nice. And like I said, that's going to go directly onto my cannons for my next run, which will be Chaos 5. So thank you very much for watching. Click that like button, please subscribe, and I will definitely be back soon with more Dungeon Defenders 2. Thanks again. I'll see you next time.